of Muharram comes, and whenever the 10th of Ashurah comes, we reflect on this great incident, or the incident of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saving Musa alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saving Fir'aun. And many of us, we've heard the story again. We've heard the story many times. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he takes Banu Israel, and he is leading Banu Israel, the people of Israel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Banu Musa alayhi salam, take them at night and lead them. Now Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he had trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the key lessons which we learn in the story of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, which inshallah we will take a few lessons from this. That Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he takes Banu Israel, and when they are traveling, they come to the dead end. In front of them is the river Nile, is the sea in front of them. And behind them is the army of Fir'aun. But Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, at that time, the people of Banu Israel, imagine they were enslaved. They were enslaved. Their sons used to be slaughtered alive, and the women and the daughters were made slaves. For years and years, Fir'aun did this to them. And today Musa alayhi salam, he saves them. But subhanallah, at that time they turn to Musa alayhi salam in panic. And they say to Musa, Inna lamudrakun, O Musa, we were better where we were. We were better where we were. Why did you bring us here? Now Fir'aun is going to catch us. And now we're going to get punished. But Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he has firm conviction. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he has firm conviction. He says, Kalla, inna ma'iya rabbi sayahdi, no way. We will not be destroyed today. We will not be destroyed today. You can imagine the pressure Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was under. Thousands and thousands of people are with Musa alayhi salam. And Musa alayhi salam is the one who is leading them. Musa alayhi salatu wasalam is under the pressure. And you can imagine that all the people, when they start panicking, then it creates panic for others. It creates panic for others. I know when I sometimes lead the Umrah group, I lead the Hajj groups. When the others start panicking, then it makes the group leader panic as well. So they're creating this panic. But Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he is very firm in his tawakkul. He is very firm in his trust to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is one of the key lessons which we should all learn, and which we are reminded of. That look, at that time, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, Kalla, no way. I'm not going to panic. I made a plan. I was given instruction by Allah. I am following an instruction by Allah. Allah told me to take Banu Israel, and Allah told me to go in this direction. I know there is water in front of us. It looks like a dead end, but even at that time, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam says, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic. Why? Because I am under the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am under the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he has this tawakkul. He places his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He places his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows that I'm here. It looks like, in worldly terms, it looks like I'm in a dead end, I am in big trouble. But ultimately Allah has led me here, and Allah is the best of planners. Allah is the best of planners. So Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he has this strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has a very, very strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we as believers, when we read these stories, especially at this juncture, we are reminded of the importance of having tawakkul in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, placing our trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the big question is that how can it be that Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he's seeing all the dangers, but he is not shaking, he is not panicking. Why is it we as Muslims, when we face a problem, we start panicking, we get scared? Why? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he recognized, who am I trusting? Who am I trusting? Who am I placing my trust in? Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he recognized who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. He recognized how great Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. You know, in this world we sometimes we find someone is going through a case, and you say to him, oh no, you're going to deal with this case. He says, relax. My solicitor or my lawyer, I know he knows what he's doing. Because he trusts in this solicitor or the lawyer, he's relaxed. He knows that this person knows what he's doing. Sometimes you're going through a case, sometimes you say someone you're doing, because my builder, he knows what he's doing. I'm relaxed. So in this instance, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, He said, I recognize who Allah is. I recognize how powerful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And because of this, I am placing my trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And hence, when this story we hear it, we are reminded that we need to build our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how will we do this? When we learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we read about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, step one will be start by reading the Quran. Start by reading the stories of the Quran. Many of the stories of the prophets, many of the stories of the miracles which are mentioned in the Quran, they are all reflecting to us the greatness of Allah.